Have you ever watched your toddler at a playdate and cringed when they snatched a toy from another child's hands? Maybe you've apologized to other parents over and over, wondering why your sweet little one turns into a tiny tornado around other kids. What if I told you that these awkward moments aren't about bad parenting or a difficult child? They're actually showing you exactly where your toddler is in their social development. Welcome to Parenthood Unlocked. Today, we're talking about how toddlers behave with other children, something every parent faces at some point. I'm going to walk you through 7 common behaviors you might see when your toddler is around other kids, what's really happening in their little minds, why they act this way, and what you can do to help them navigate social situations. Ready? Let's get started. Behavior number 1, parallel play, playing near, not with. You might notice your toddler playing right next to another child, but not actually interacting with them. They're both playing with blocks, but separately, almost like the other child doesn't exist. They might glance at each other occasionally, but there's no conversation, no cooperation, just two kids in their own little worlds. This is called parallel play, and it's completely normal for toddlers between 18 months and 3 years old. They're aware of the other child, they're even learning by watching them, but they're not ready for true interactive play yet. Think of it like this. Your toddler is building their social skills one step at a time, and parallel play is the foundation before they learn to play together. They're observing, processing, and absorbing how other children move, play, and interact with toys. It's like a silent learning session. So if you're wondering why your toddler isn't making friends or playing with others at this age, relax. They're doing exactly what they should be doing. This stage typically lasts until around age 3, when they start moving into more interactive, cooperative play. Behavior number 2, grabbing toys without asking. Your toddler sees a toy they want, walks over, and just takes it, even if another child is playing with it. No asking, no waiting, no consideration, just grabbing. And then you're left apologizing while the other child cries. Here's the truth that might surprise you. Toddlers don't understand ownership or sharing yet. In their mind, if they want something and can see it, it's available, period. They're not being selfish or rude. They literally don't have the brain development yet to understand that other people have feelings and desires that are separate from their own. This concept is called theory of mind, and it doesn't fully develop until around age 4 or 5. Before that, your toddler genuinely believes that everyone sees the world the way they do. If they want the truck, then obviously the truck should be theirs right now. This is why simply telling them to share doesn't work. The word share is meaningless to them. They need time, repetition, modeling, and lots of guidance to learn this complex social skill. What can you do? Instead of forcing sharing, try taking turns with a timer. You can play with the truck for 2 minutes, then it's Jake's turn for 2 minutes. The visual of a timer helps them understand the concept better than abstract words like wait or later. And remember, you're not raising a selfish child. You're raising a toddler whose brain is still under construction. Behavior number 3, physical aggression. Hitting, pushing, biting. This is the one that makes parents panic. Your toddler hits, pushes, or even bites another child. It's embarrassing, it's concerning, and you might worry that you're raising a bully. But here's what's really happening. Toddlers are experiencing big emotions for the first time in their lives, and they have absolutely no idea how to handle them. Frustration, anger, excitement, even joy can be so overwhelming that it comes out physically. Add to that the fact that toddlers don't have the language skills yet to express what they're feeling. They can't say, I'm frustrated because you took my toy, or I'm overwhelmed by all this noise. So instead, they push, they hit, they bite. Let me give you a real example. Imagine your toddler is building a tower. Another child knocks it over accidentally, and your toddler immediately shoves them. To us, that seems like an overreaction. But to your toddler, they just experienced the destruction of something they worked hard on, felt intense frustration, didn't have the words to express it, and their body reacted before their brain could catch up. It's also important to know that toddlers don't understand cause and effect with physical actions yet. They don't fully grasp that hitting hurts. They're still learning that their actions affect other people's bodies and feelings. So what do? First, stay calm. I know that's hard when you're mortified, but your toddler needs you to be their emotional anchor. Get down to their level, use simple words. We don't hit. Hitting hurts. Then redirect them and give them the words they need. You can say, I'm mad, or that's mine. Consistency is key here. It might take 50, 100, or even 200 repetitions before this clicks, but it will click. Your toddler is not a bad kid. They're a kid with an underdeveloped prefrontal cortex, learning how to be human. Behavior number 4, possessiveness over toys. Mine. Everything is mine. Your toddler's toys, other kids' toys, toys at the park, toys they've never even seen before. Suddenly, everything belongs to them, and they'll fight to protect their claim. This phase usually peaks between 18 months and 2.5 years, and it drives parents crazy because it seems so unreasonable. But there's actually a fascinating developmental reason for this. Around 18 months, toddlers develop a sense of self. They realize they are separate people from you, from other children, from the world around them. And with that realization comes the concept of me and mine. They're literally discovering ownership for the first time. It's also a control thing. Toddlers have very little control over their lives. You decide when they eat, sleep, what they wear, where they go. But toys? Toys are something they can control. So they cling to that control fiercely. Picture this. You're at a playdate and your toddler is playing with a toy. Another child approaches and shows interest. Your toddler immediately hugs the toy to their chest and yells, "Mine!" Even though 30 seconds ago they weren't even playing with it. What's happening here is that your toddler sees the other child's interest as a threat to their control. They're not thinking about sharing or being kind, they're thinking about maintaining their power over their environment. The good news? This phase passes. As they develop language skills, gain more independence in other areas, and their prefrontal cortex matures, the intense possessiveness fades. In the meantime, prepare before playdates by putting away special toys your toddler isn't ready to share. That's not spoiling them, that's setting them up for success. Behavior number 5, difficulty with transitions and leaving. The playdate is over, it's time to go home, and your toddler has a complete meltdown. They might throw themselves on the floor, scream, or run away from you. Meanwhile, the other children are leaving just fine. Toddlers live completely in the present moment. They have very little concept of time, of before and after, of what's coming next. When they're having fun, their brain is 100% in that moment of fun. So when you suddenly announce it's time to leave, to their brain, you're ending all happiness forever. They can't conceptualize that they'll have fun again tomorrow or later. All they know is that fun is ending right now, and it feels like a catastrophe. Their immature prefrontal cortex also means they struggle with transitions of any kind. Stopping one activity and starting another requires mental flexibility that they simply don't have yet. The solution? Give warnings. In 5 minutes, we're going to leave. Then, in 2 minutes, we're going to say goodbye. Use a timer if it helps. Give them a job. Can you help me carry this bag to the car? Give them something to look forward to. When we get home, we'll have a snack. And if they still melt down, that's normal too. You're not doing anything wrong. Behavior number 6, copying other children's behavior, good and bad. Your toddler never threw food until they saw another kid do it at daycare. Or suddenly they're using a word you've never taught them. Toddlers are like little sponges and they learn an enormous amount through imitation. This is actually a sign of healthy development. Mirror neurons in their brain light up when they watch others, helping them learn everything from language to social norms to problem solving. They're essentially programmed to copy what they see. The challenge is that they can't yet distinguish between good behavior and bad behavior. If another toddler throws a toy and everyone laughs or reacts strongly, your toddler's brain files that away as interesting behavior that gets a reaction. They're not thinking about whether it's right or wrong, they're just collecting data. You might notice your toddler doing something at a playdate they've never done at home, or vice versa. They're experimenting with different behaviors in different contexts, which is actually sophisticated learning. What helps? Model the behavior you want to see. When you see positive interactions between other children, point them out. Look how gently Emma is playing with the doll. Be consistent with your boundaries. And remember that this imitation phase is temporary. As they develop their own sense of self and values, they become more selective about what they copy. Behavior number 7, social withdrawal or shyness. Some toddlers don't grab toys or hit. Instead, they cling to your leg, hide behind you, or refuse to engage with other children at all. They might cry when approached or retreat to a corner to play alone. First, let me say this clearly. Shy or cautious toddlers are not broken. They're not less than. They're not behind. They're just wired differently. And that's completely okay. Some children are born with a more sensitive temperament. They observe more before jumping in. They need time to warm up to new situations. They process social information differently. About 15 to 20% of children fall into this category, and many of them grow up to be thoughtful, empathetic, observant individuals. The mistake many parents make is pushing too hard. Go play with the other kids. Don't be shy. This actually increases anxiety and makes your toddler associate social situations with stress and pressure from you. Here's a better approach. Be their secure base. Stay close if they need you. Let them observe from a distance. Don't force interaction. Arrive early to play dates so they can adjust to the space before other children arrive. Prepare them beforehand. We're going to see some friends. You can play when you're ready, or you can watch first. One mother I know used to bring her daughter to the park and sit on a bench while her daughter stayed close for 20 to 30 minutes just watching. Eventually, her daughter would venture out on her own terms. It took patience, but that little girl learned that social situations were safe and she could participate when she felt ready. Also remember that even outgoing toddlers can have shy moments. If your typically social toddler is suddenly clingy, they might be tired, hungry, overwhelmed, or just having an off day. Don't label them. She's so shy, because children internalize those labels. Instead, give them space and support. Now that you understand these 7 common behaviors and what's really driving them, let's talk about what you can actually do to help your toddler navigate social situations more successfully. Solution number 1. Set realistic expectations. Stop expecting your toddler to behave like a miniature adult. They're not going to share perfectly, play cooperatively, or handle their emotions maturely because they're toddlers. When you adjust your expectations to match their developmental stage, you'll feel less frustrated and stressed. And when you're calmer, your toddler can be calmer too. Solution number 2. Prepare and preview. Before social situations, talk to your toddler about what to expect. Use simple language. We're going to Maya's house. There will be toys. If you want a toy someone else is playing with, you can ask me for help. This mental preparation reduces anxiety and gives them a framework for what's coming. Solution number 3. Supervise closely, but don't hover. Especially with younger toddlers, 18 months to 2.5 years. Stay close enough to intervene quickly when needed. You want to catch potential conflicts before they escalate. Redirect before your toddler grabs a toy. Step in before frustration turns into hitting. But don't hover so much that your toddler can't try interactions on their own. Solution number 4. Give them the words. Toddlers need you to teach them the language of social interaction. Can I have a turn? I don't like that. Please stop. That's mine right now. Model these phrases constantly, and eventually they'll start using them independently. This is how they build their emotional and social vocabulary. Solution number 5, validate feelings, hold boundaries. I know you're angry that Liam took the truck. It's okay to feel angry, but we don't hit. Hitting hurts. Let's use words instead. This approach acknowledges their emotions, which are always valid, while maintaining clear boundaries around behavior, which must be safe. Solution number 6, practice at home. Use dolls, stuffed animals, or even yourself to practice social scenarios. Teddy wants a turn with the ball. What can we say? Make it playful, not preachy. These low-pressure practice sessions build skills they can use in real situations. Solution number 7, don't compare. I know it's hard when other toddlers seem more advanced socially, but comparison is the thief of joy and confidence. Your child is on their own timeline. Some toddlers are natural social butterflies, others need more time and support. Neither is better or worse. Remember, every toddler is different, and every parent-child relationship is unique. What works for one family might not work for yours, and that's okay. Learning to read your toddler's cues and respond with patience and consistency can make a huge difference in how they develop social skills. If you have your own tips or experiences about toddler social behavior, I'd love to hear them. Drop a comment below and share what works for you. We're all learning together, and your experience might be exactly what another parent needs to hear today. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Parenthood Unlocked for more parenting insights that help you understand your child's development. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're doing better than you think. See you next time!